Hey guys, today we're not playing Apex, we're actually talking about Apex. I thought it'd be fun to make another tier list video. I know there's at least 1,000 of these, but we're doing it anyway, who cares? I'm gonna talk through these as I go. I haven't made like a pre-list or whatever, so you're gonna get my kind of raw feelings as I piece it together and see, where I think all the characters are. I will say this is the most balanced this game has ever been, and it's not even close. If you are one of those people that like playing Fuse or you like playing Vantage, like you like playing these bad characters, this is like the best season ever for you, because the problem Apex had was like there were characters that were like way up here and then characters that were like way down here. And now it's like you have this huge gap and it's like it's a little smaller, like it's still big. Like Alter is definitely better than like Gibby, for example, but it's way smaller of a gap. So you can kind of play whatever you want. But I don't think your character choice is really gonna hold you back. Let's get into it. So undeniably best character in the game, Valk, okay? She's broken. You just Valk ult whenever you have it. You just Valk ult on cooldown. You Valk ult to rotate. Valk ult at the beginning of fights. You Valk ult in the end zone. If you have it, you just Valk ult. You just use it and you win. If you see a solo, boom, free KP. You see two teams about to fight 300 meters away, boom, 6 KP. Like it's insane. It also stops you from getting ratted. Helps you get around the map. Her thing goes so high in the air. You can get over like every freaking mountain in the game. Turbo broken. Now, I'm not going to go top to bottom. I just had to say Valkyrie, best character. You should always have a Valkyrie on your team no matter what. If you're like max tryharding, there are some other characters that can kind of replace her, but no one does her job the way she does. She's just like any comp she's going to fit into. Next, I'm going to rank Horizon. Now, I don't think that she's the second best character. I also don't think that if you are playing in like a super sweaty lobby, this is mostly for ranked, this is what I'm assuming. If you're in like a mega sweaty lobby, like the day 1, day 2 ranked, she's not that good. But now, like day 3 onwards, where people are dying more often, people aren't trying as hard, she is really good. Like the new scoop perk, you just, boom, you whip that thing down and you can actually go over 100 meters, okay? And especially for controller players, it is very hard to hit her. So if you're on console or something, I would imagine there's 20 Horizons in a game. I don't know why there wouldn't be, but maybe not. I haven't played console. Her ult is kind of mid, to be honest, but yeah, the new scoop, if she didn't have the new scoop perk, I would have her probably more in A tier. But for now, that's an S tier. Another S tier I'm gonna go with Alter. Now, I did disagree with this at the beginning of the season, but the more I've played, the more I've realized that it's still good. Obviously, she was way better. Like when the knock people could take the portal, that was nuts. I feel like with how hard people are third partying, a lot of the time you can get the altar portal off and you're not gonna just get like ran down. Like someone else will be distracting them. And there's just a lot of third parties in general. You can pre-use it if you know you're in a bad spot. Altar portal is pretty good. And her tactical is great for fighting. It's great on every map. It's just a good surprise tool, good for challenging people. It's just a really good opener and she does a lot of things well. She's a really solid character. I thought she was really poorly designed at first, but her abilities were just really bad. And so now that they're better, I like her a lot more. They don't really have any synergy, her abilities, but I mean, she's proven that's not really necessary, so that's cool. Another pick, I'm putting an S tier. And like I said, I have a lot of characters in S tier. Usually I only have like 3. But like I said, this game is really well balanced. So these top characters are just the characters that you could play and like you've got the best character you can get, like if it fits your play style, that's what you want to play. Unless you're fun maxing like me and you play Wraith and Gibby. So Wattson, very strong. Her being a controller character, getting like the extra HP and being able to heal in zone, super good. Her perks are really good. The double HP on the gen, the support perk or the double heal. And I think she also gets the support perk. Her perks are really what make her really good. But also when they made it so her fences aren't like a 30-second cooldown per node, like 1 fence a minute. She's been super strong. Like whenever you're in a fight, she's like the little hand motion. You just like blop, 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 blop. You just throw 4 fences down. You get 4 fences, you just blop, blop, blop. Just throw them down randomly. Try to make them as long as possible. You can just put them literally wherever. And you can get down like 12 fences in a fight. And sometimes it makes a big difference. Like if there's a guy on the other side of the rock, like my thumb is a rock here. And these are the people, like, okay, here we go. This is my thumb is a rock. You just place 4 fences down and then you swing and chow. And if you lose, you can run back into your fences. And if you win, then obviously you just finish them off. You just throw 4 fences down randomly or you can fence off doors. I mean, just they'll spam them. Just literally spam them. If you're not spamming the fences, then she probably goes down to like A tier or B tier maybe. But what else? What else do we have in S tier here? I'm gonna put Bangalore in S tier. I don't think she's S tier on every map, but oh man, I want to either put her at the top. I'm gonna put her in S tier. I'm gonna put her in S. She is very mobile, which is very important this season. And then the smokes help a lot, especially on like Olympus and Broken Moon. They're very open, and you get a lot of value out of the Bangles. So unless you're playing against like a Horizon or something, she just gets like bajillions of value, especially when there's like multiple teams, and especially in these lobbies where there's like 5 squads left round 3. If you have like a Gibby ult and you throw it when there's not a lot of teams alive, everybody has so much space to run around, but Bang ult covers such a wide part of the field that it doesn't even matter if there's 5 squads left round 3. Like, your Bang ult will still impact them, and it's pretty good endgame. You also can smoke your feet and chow something, and so if you lose a chow, you just back up into the smoke. There's a lot of like just ego chows and wide swings this season. Bangalore helps with that, because whenever you're about to chow somebody, you just smoke, and then you have like a free getaway, as opposed to just standing in the open and losing a chow and then you die. She's pretty strong in that regard. Any more S tier characters? I think that, Here's the thing about Caustic. First couple of days of the season, I would have said he was S. I would have actually put him above Valkyrie probably. But like I said, now that it's a little more into the season, there's just not a lot of teams alive in the games. So if your games are really sweaty, like you're having end games with like 3 squads, 4 squads, final ring, play Caustic. He's so broken, so OP. One of the strongest characters of all time, right? Because he was meta for a long time, and he's like 5 times stronger than he was when he was meta. So beginning of the season, I would have put him above Valk probably, but now I'm gonna put him in S tier anyway. I'm still gonna put him there. I don't think I would play him on Olympus though. That's definitely his worst map, but he's okay on Broken Moon, and he's really good on World's Edge. World's Edge is his best map. Well, King's Canyon is pretty good too, but definitely World's Edge is his best map. So I think that's my S tier, barring any crazy realizations. I think that's my S tier. So moving on to A tier, maybe a hot take. I'm gonna put Wraith in there. I think there are a lot of wide swings and ego challengers and people that have no regard for their life in this season. And when you play Wraith, it's hard to explain without like feeling it, but when you play Wraith, people just don't ape you anymore. They don't just run at you with like an LMG or like a R9, because they know that if you phase, then they're just in a bad spot, because they'll just like randomly wide swing. But if you phase, then okay, well, now I'm just standing in the open like a moron. So people ape you less, which lets you play like ultra aggressive, and you can get a ton of value with like, I've been running like PK Wingman, like a lot of these like ego chow guns and like big playmaking guns, and it's been really good. She has a really small hitbox too. Her perks are kind of mid. The tack wind up is cool, but her perks are kind of mid. I think it's just a small hitbox and her being like an entry frag skirmisher. Her kit is really set up well to be a skirmisher. She gets a lot of value out of the 50 HP. Like, she's a great entry frag. She's not better than Valkyrie though. I can't put her anywhere close to S tier. Like, I put her in A, but she's not even close to S, because I'm comparing her to Valkyrie, you know? If Valkyrie wasn't in the game, I probably would put her in S tier. So A tier, man, I'm gonna do Rev actually. I have a hot take about this. Everybody plays Rev, and I think it's just because he's fun. Like, the leap is just fun to just like whoosh, jump across the map. He also used to get 2 tacticals, which is unbelievable. I don't know how that was even in the game, but you can just whoosh across the map. But I think he is really bad. I don't know. I don't think the 50 HP or 75, I don't even know how much it is. It's like 50 or 75. It just does not make up for the fact he has a huge hitbox. Like, Rev has got to be my #1 most one-clipped character. I just don't, I think his hitbox is too freaking large to make his ultimate like make up for it. His ultimate is really good. If it was on a character like Valk or Wraith, it would be OP, right? But it's on this character that's already massive, so it's like your ult is just making up for your bad hitbox. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better. Like, I think even, like, I would want to even say Ashe is better than Rev. Maybe that's a hot take, but people are probably gonna disagree with that. There's a lot of Rev players, but he is fun though, so I see if people play him. If people are playing because I think he's good, I think that's a mistake. Let's go with Mirage. I'm actually gonna put him above Rev, actually. It's my tier list, I can do what I want. So here is my copium theory on Mirage, right? He is really good if there are people like all around you, like you're in the middle of like 6 people, or you're losing a fight, he is really good. His ult is super distracting, super confusing, and he can res invisible. And I think they changed like the sound of it, so it's hard to tell where he's resing. I feel like used to, I could tell like, you could tell like right where it was, right? And now it's like, I'm just like spraying into nothing, and I can't tell where it is. But maybe that's just me. Maybe they changed it. I don't really know. But if you're like losing a fight, he's super good. And my issue, this is where the copium comes in, is like, I feel like I just win most of my fights. So why would I play a character that's only good when I'm losing? Is that copium? I don't know. Is that like me just like having a big ego? I don't know. But I just feel like I'm never gonna play him, but I think he is pretty good actually. I think he's gotten like 8 gajillion buffs over the years, but not better than like some other, like he's not better than like any of these characters. So next I'm gonna put Lifeline. I'm gonna put her, oh man, do I even think Lifeline's that good, to be honest? I mean, Wattson's definitely better. I'm gonna put her in A tier. I thought Lifeline was really good. Like I was just a huge Lifeline advocate. And then I realized that the res still takes like 6 seconds. She doesn't get the faster res that other support characters get on her drone. I was just playing her. We were trying to res somebody and they would just never get, I felt like she just never got the res off. Like it just takes so long. In practice, it sounds good. Like the character sounds really good, or in theory, but in practice, it's just like, it just doesn't work. Maybe if you're playing in like lower ranks, like in gold or silver or something, she'd be better. But for me, it's like, in pred lobbies, we just weren't getting the res off enough. Like we were getting more reses off with like a Wattson or like an altar portal or something. So hard for me to put her much higher than A tier, but I think she's better than Mirage. So next up, maybe a hot take. I'm also gonna put Newcastle in A tier. This could be a hot take. I was playing him some and he actually felt really good. Honestly, does he feel better than, honestly, dude, I think I'm gonna put him above Lifeline. Is this a crazy take? There's not really many end games in the current meta, and if there are some, I think there might be some in like Platinum Diamond, but in pred lobbies, there's like no end games. He's really good at the end of the game. Like Final Ring, Newcastle has beast mode. I did find it pretty often that I would actually get reses off with Newcastle, and I would never get them off with Lifeline. And I think it's because with Lifeline, like the person's getting res like in a bad spot, but with Newcastle, you just like grab them by the neck and you're just like, you just drag them away, you know? So if there's like a bunch of teams around, your teammate's not just like knocked over here and he's getting farmed, you know, like you can kind of pull yourself away from the 15 people that are aping your building. I think it's more like the movement. Like he's way more mobile than Lifeline in team fights. And so I think that's why I do think he's better than Lifeline. Maybe that's a hot take, but it's my tier list. Next up, let's go to the bottom. You notice I don't have a D or an F tier, I just have a laughing tier. I just have a laughing emoji here. Vantage, and I get so much hate for this, Vantage is just not good. And I don't play in lower level lobbies very often, you know, but huge hitbox, one of the worst movement abilities in the game. The sniper, the Sentinel is just better than her ult, in my opinion. It's like, you find better versions of her ultimate on the ground. And if you want to run a sniper, you might as well just play a more mobile character with a smaller hitbox and still run a sniper. You know, like you don't, and then you have another ultimate ability. The one thing I will say about her sniper that makes it really good is the bullets are huge. They're humongous, especially far away. Because if you don't know in this game, the further bullets travel, the larger they get, and her Vantage bullets are like footballs. Like they are huge. So it's easier than it looks to hit far away shots with Vantage because of that. So that's good. If you're comparing her movements like Rev or even Lifeline tag, like I'd rather have a Lifeline passive than a Vantage Q. And especially in good lobbies too, you're like, okay guys, I'm gonna jump this way. Everyone ready to shoot me? That's how it feels, you know? Is everyone ready to shoot me? I'm going that way. You can see my bird in the air. That's how it feels. I just don't play her. That's why I don't like her. What's up next? Let's do, is anyone else that's like really good here? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm gonna put Ashe. Oh man, do I actually think she's better than Rev, bro? I'm not gonna lie, I do. I do think she's better than Rev. Her passive is super nerfed. Like she used to get one of those bad boys like every 5 seconds and they were like way better than they are now. But she's a skirmisher character, really good for entry fragging. The portal's good, the tether's good. Especially in these fights where like there's so much like open space, like the tether really helps lock people down. This is a controversial one for me, even for me. Like I don't know if I think she's better than Rev. And it's mostly because of the hitbox. Like if they had the same hitbox, Rev is definitely better. But she just has, the hitbox is such an important part of this game. It's not really talked about enough, I feel like. So let's keep going in the laughing tier. I think I'm gonna put Catalyst probably at the top of the laughing tier. She's a controller character, which is really good. But when you're comparing her to the alternative controller characters like Wattson and Caustic and even Rampart, which I'll rank later on, because she's not like a laughing tier character in a vacuum, but compared to her replacements, she definitely is. There's just not good enough endgames for the wall to be useful. Too much space for the Qs to be useful in these fights. And she's gonna be laughing tier for me. Rampart, I have not played Rampart this season, I will be honest. However, I have played against a lot of Ramparts and I thought she was gonna be pretty good this season, but I was wrong. In practice, it's just this meta and how good people are getting at the game. You have to be moving around so much and so quickly and taking all these angles. And with Rampart, you really just want to, your whole kit is based on staying in the same spot or like aiming a big, okay guys, I'm about to shoot right here. I'm spinning it up. Can you hear it, guys? Like you can see the laser too. People are getting too good, I think. I don't really know what they could change about the character to make her better. I think people are just getting too good at the game, honestly. Without making the walls like an actual dome. Like that's the only way I could think that they could be good. Maybe it's like, Shirley gets 2 walls, but they're like an actual dome, like a giddy bubble. I don't really know how you would fix Rampart. I don't think she's that good. Honestly, I might even move her down. What am I comparing her to? Yeah, actually, no, I think I'm gonna, oh man. Yeah, I mean, these are way better. I'm gonna keep her in C tier. Maybe that's sorry, guys. Sorry, Rampart guys. Sorry, Rampart enjoyers. So next up, let's do Conduit. I think Conduit's a sleeper pick. She's a good support character. The tactical is really good, especially if you take the one that gives you 2 tacticals. You still heal like their whole health bar basically, so it's worth taking, even though I think it heals less time or something like that. It still heals a lot of their HP. For me, she's A tier. She's definitely underplayed for how good she is. I think people just find her boring. And her ult is pretty good for end games and pretty good for like in multi-team scenarios. Her ult's pretty good, takes a lot of space, especially on like Olympus and Worlds. I mean, honestly, any map, her ult gets a lot of value. So I'm playing her A tier. Not too much nuance to her kit though, I will say. And also now that there's like, she used to, because she runs faster towards teammates, but now that there's skirmisher characters, a bunch of legends are getting that, you know, like Caustic's running faster to his teammates, you know? So next, let's do Gibby. I'm gonna put him just below Catalyst. Even though he's a support character, which is the most broken class in this game, he is still laughing tier. His hitbox, too big, not good. The problem with his bubble is that the enemies can also use it. So like the amount of times that I have like hit a Gibby for 100 damage, he goes, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And he throws his bubble straight down. And then we use his bubble to kill him. And we're like, okay, we killed the Gibby. Now we're safe in his bubble, popping a bat. You know, with Gibby, it's like you're supposed to use the bubble to save your team, but most of the time you just end up using it to save yourself. It's just, he doesn't work anymore. People are just too good at the game. That's all I can say. But he is a support character, so he does have 1 saving grace. The gun shield's pretty good, but like I said, doesn't make up for his big hitbox. Like his whole passive is just compensating for his huge hitbox and it's not even compensating enough in my opinion. It's just not good. So next up, I'm gonna put Sparrow in, man, am I gonna put him in A tier? I think this might be my last A tier character. I think so. This is my last A tier character. I'm putting Sparrow. His movement, very good. His Qs are mid. It's a mid tactical, I would say, because people can just shoot them. If you get scanned by a Sparrow tactical, just immediately shoot it. Don't let it scan you. His ult is good, really good in end games, and I think they made it so it has less health. So you actually have to like more tactically shoot it, which is good. So when you Sparrow ult, you have to make sure that you're actually like aping with your ult. Like don't just, because before you could just kind of shoot it at a team and they would just blow up. Now it's like you actually have to like go in with it, which is very strong. But make sure when you're ulting, you're not just throwing it in for no reason. You have to actually like go in with your, like it has to be like a shield basically, like you're going in with it, you know. B tier, man, so this starts getting where the characters are all kind of like equally mid in my opinion. I am going to actually put Crypto in top of B tier. He's my top of B tier take. I think he's just not fun, so people don't play him. People don't realize how good he is. But when you're running around, you could just throw your drone around the corner, like as you're going into a fight, and it scans everyone. And you know exactly what everyone is. Like that's super OP. Like you can EMP them, but if you don't have EMP, you just throw it whenever you're challenging somebody. Like you're running over a hill, gonna chow somebody at the top, just throw it up. You'll see right where he is, you get a long scan, and he has to shoot it, or he's gonna be permanently scanned, or gonna get perma walls on him. Or you're running around a corner, just throw it forward. People don't do that enough, and it's very, very strong, but just don't care if it dies, just throw it in there. And obviously the EMP is good for, I mean, it does 150 damage to a full team. That's pretty good. And then if you're like mega tryharding too, you can use the scan beacons and Platinum rotates, so pretty sturdy. So what else do we got here? Maggie. I'm gonna put Maggie at the end of B tier. I don't understand how this character works. The drill doesn't work. If you try to shoot any rock on Olympus, it doesn't go through the rocks. And I swear it's only gotten worse. Like what happened to freaking Maggie drill? You can literally be standing in the fire and it won't be damaging you because it bugged out on what it got shot through. Or like there's 2 parts of the drill, right? The start and then the end little piece where the fire comes out. The end piece will often get stuck inside the rock, but the fire will still be going through the rock, but it won't be damaging you. So it's like, it has to perfectly connect. And the rocks, I think a lot of them are like hollow, or there are multiple rocks like stitched together to look different, to like save space in the game, I'm pretty sure. But that just makes the Maggie drill not work. And then the ball is complete RNG. It like doesn't go through doors. That's like the whole point. It's a breaching character, but it doesn't go through doors half the time. Half the time it like hits a wall and just bounces freaking off the map. It just goes nowhere near where you're trying to throw it. It's just such an RNG ability in a game that's all about consistency. She's an RNG character. Like, it's RNG. You're rolling a 20-sided dice to see if your ability is gonna work. And you have to roll like a 1. You have to roll like a 20 to get it to work. And if you roll 1 through 19, it doesn't work. But in theory, her abilities are actually pretty good. In practice, they stinky. Pathfinder is worse than Rev, I'm gonna say, because his tactical is worse, but you do get the fun buff, where he's really fun to play, so you have a great time and so you play better. Fun buff is real. I'm actually gonna put him above Rev because of the fun buff. Pathfinder's issue is that a lot of characters have been crept up to be, like, Alter kind of replaced him, I feel. Even though they're totally different looking characters, Alter definitely replaced Pathfinder in terms of mobility. The Alter tactical lets you make those, like, Open Zip just so more rotates than the Pathfinder zip does. And there's just better, and also with like Valk being meta, that's another example. Like Valk is meta, Alter's meta, even Bang Hellsword rotates. It's not that Pathfinder's bad, it's just that other characters are like kind of pushed him out of the meta. Like he didn't really get worse. Other characters just got better. But he does have fun buff, so that's important to consider. I feel like I want to put one more character in the laughing tier. I think I might go with, do I put Octane in the laughing tier? I don't know. I think I am. I'm actually gonna put him top of the laughing tier. Octane in a vacuum is not a bad character. He's actually good, especially before when he first came out. He was good. Comparing him to other characters that take his spot, like Valk, Wraith, even Pathfinder, Bang to a certain extent, Alter to a certain extent, he's just so bad. And like his tactical makes him take 20 damage, but it is just worse than other abilities that don't make you take damage. Like when Octane was released, that stim was really strong. And so they made it take 20 HP to balance it out. But now it's like we have Valk, Jetpacks, and Horizon Newt Scoot. He just stayed the same. Like Apex evolved so much and Octane just stayed the same. And also his perks are really bad. You have to use both of your perk slots to take it from 20 damage to 10 damage on his stim. And it's still bad. Even when you waste both of your perks on it, it's still bad. Like it should do 0 damage. It should have a longer cooldown, but do 0 damage. And then change his passive. I think that's how they save Octane. Or like give him a passive when he's in the air, he gets fortified. That would be freaking cool. Make his stim have like a 6-second cooldown. Make him when he's in the air, he gets fortified, and then give his jump pad so like his jump pad would have fortified. That would be cool, and that would fit his character. He's doing stunts, so he's like tankier. That would be cool. But the game evolved so much and he stayed the same. Next, these are hard to rank because these characters are all equally mid in my opinion. I'm gonna put Loba above Mirage. Even though I think I said I was putting Mirage at top of B tier. If she wasn't a support character, she'd be really bad. She is good for solo queue ranked. For team ranked, she's like probably I'd probably put her, if you're solo queue ranking, she's probably S tier because she's really good at getting away. And in solo queue, you have to do a ton of running away from your dead teammates. And Loba's really good at resetting in the gas, keeping games alive. Loba's really good about that. But in a team environment, you don't really need that because you have your teammates to rely on. Loba's very self-sufficient. She's like the most self-sufficient character. So if your teammates suck, she's really good. But if you have good teammates, then you don't really need to play her. So Fuse, I'm gonna put him in C tier. He is more a victim of the meta, I would say, in the current playstyle than anything else. If it was 5 squads alive, last ring on World's Edge or King's Canyon, these like boxy or close range maps, he'd be a S tier. He'd be really good. But we're playing on Olympus and there's 5 squads left round 3. It's like you shoot a knuckle cluster and they're like, all right, I'm gonna take 1 step to the left, bro. But on the boxier maps with more buildings that are like tighter buildings, like Hydro Dam, for example, you know, Fuse does get value. And like holding those buildings with Fuse, you get to scan. He's more a victim of the current version of Apex. He's not necessarily a bad design character, but he's not good in the meta. So these characters are hard to rank. Well, actually, Bloodhound will be easy. I'm gonna put Bloodhound here. I think he's underrated. I think he's better than his current pick rate. He's very good at entry fragging fights. And truthfully, being dead honest with you, in high level lobbies, he gets value because so many people in like the top end lobbies are cheating and wall hacking, and Bloodhound makes it fair. Like you also know where they are. So it's like, I like playing him. That's why I like scan metas, because like Bloodhound meta when he's meta, because it makes it easier to beat cheaters. because it like evens it out, you know. But that's the only reason I think he's like playable. But if you're in lower tier lobbies, or you're not in like if you're not in that top 1% lobby, there's not really that many cheaters. I think he's good for that reason. His kit is kind of nerfed. You also have to take the perk where when you scan the ravens, you get cooldown back. I kind of hate when they do this. They balance the Bloodhound around the fact that you're going to take the Raven perk, which is kind of lame. Like his ult is like 5 minutes, or like it's ridiculous, like 4 minutes or something. Like it's based on you having to take the perk, which is kind of lame. They could have his ult be 3 minutes and he would still be like mid. I think hot take, his ult should be 2 minutes. 2-minute cooldown, Raven perk gives you like half of it back. I think if he was like spam ulting every fight, he still wouldn't be one of the best characters in the game, and that's what they should do. His ult's too long cooldown, but if it was lower, he'd be pretty good. So Seer, Ballistic, these characters people haven't been playing, and I haven't like played them myself, but in fighting them, I don't think they're very good. So I'm just gonna put them both in C tier. I haven't died to one of them yet. Every time I see one, they just flop over. Seer ult is pretty good though, but like I said, we're in like a hyper mobility meta. So it's kind of the same problem with Rampart, where we're in like a hyper mobility meta. So you ult and then they just leave your ult. You know, it's like, he doesn't get a lot of value. And then Ballistic, man, I mean, I don't actually know what they did to the character, truthfully. He is just not near as oppressive as he used to be. And when I see Ballistics, they just flop over and die. Also, another thing about him is his ult makes it so you know where everybody is. Like, it's such a bright flashing, it's like a neon sign above their head that's like, we're over here. Like there's been times like all I can see is the glow. I can't even see the person because they're in like a dark area or they're far away. It really gives you away and it makes it hard to like get wide angle and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's my whole tier list. I think that's it. Valk, Horizon, Alter, Wattson, Bangalore, Caustic, and then even Wraith to an extent. I think if you're playing any of those characters, your character is not holding. If it's through, yeah, S tier is like, this is the best. You will gain the most RP playing these characters. A tier, they will not hold you back. Like you could be playing better stuff, but these characters aren't going to hold you back. B tier is like where it kind of starts getting like, okay, your character is starting to have an influence on like how you're doing. And then C and laughing tier is like, these characters are buns, bro. Like you are definitely going to gain less RP, but the most important thing is having fun. Okay. Fun maxing. If you're having fun, you will play better than if you will play better when you're having fun than if you're just playing Caustic and you hate Caustic, but you play him because he's good. Play whatever's fun, be in a good mood. You'll improve faster than if you're forcing yourself to play like meta. This is just for ranked. This is just like what I think is best. Obviously, play whatever you want. If you disagree, let me know. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these kind of videos, let me know. I've been doing gameplay videos mostly, but maybe this is cool too. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see how you guys enjoy it. But thanks for watching. I love you. Don't do drugs.